When I'm talking to guys, they have this massive fear when one of the biggest tests come up when they're dating a woman. So I actually got this question recently on my podcast. The guy asked me, he said, all right, so your programs are working, your advice is working, I'm getting all these dates. But what happens if a girl asks me if I'm dating other people? It's interesting because that question doesn't come up as much as you might think, but yes, it does come up. There are women who are going to ask you what you're looking for, if you're dating other women, if you're sleeping with anyone right now. So that question definitely has a good chance of coming up. And here's the thing. A lot of guys look at this question and they think, all right, I have to be perfect with my answer or else she's going to be turned off. But what ends up happening is the guy ends up turning off the girl because he's so nervous about how to answer this question. And then on top of that, he always answers it wrong and he totally fails this test. So how do you pass this test? Well, this is a very counterintuitive approach that you might not imagine to dating. So what a lot of guys end up saying is they end up lying and saying that they're not. Of course, there are some guys who actually are not, but we're talking about in the case that you are dating multiple women. So what happens is they end up lying and they say, no, I'm only dating you. You're the only one. You're the only one I'm sleeping with. They completely lie. And first of all, it's really easy for a woman to see through that because you're probably going to answer very nervously. She's going to check your body language on that. But what you don't understand is when you answer like this, and it's a false answer, it doesn't necessarily help you. What actually helps you in this case, if you are dating other women, is to tell her that you are dating other women. Now, I do have a little formula that I've learned from previous coaches over the years called agree plus exaggerate. So if a woman ever tests you and says anything to you that's maybe teasing you or messing with you or asking you a very difficult question or interrogating you in any way, you just agree and exaggerate because it shows that you're not going to be weak, that you're not going to be scared and nervous to answer any question. So you're going to agree and exaggerate. So for example, in this case, if a girl says, are you dating anyone else? And you say, oh yeah, I'm dating like 10 other people right now. In fact, I have 2 girlfriends and I'm sleeping with 4 other girls and I'm in some polyamorous relationships too. So this is going to do a couple things. This might just dodge the whole question altogether and she might move on to another conversation. Or of course she might say, no, seriously, I'm curious, are you dating anyone else? And so then at that point you are going to tell her the truth. You're going to say yes. However, you got to be careful here. You're not going to be going into grand detail like, oh yeah, I'm dating this girl, Stephanie, and this girl, Madison, and I'm dating this girl, and blah, 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 blah. No, you're just going to be upfront, clean cut with the answer. It's like, yes, I am dating other people right now. So a couple of things might happen out of this. One, she is going to be very potentially upset or just not having it because she doesn't want to be dating someone who's dating some other people. When I say upset, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but she may not like it. Okay, that's fine. If she doesn't like that, then she can go. But what ends up happening is usually the next thing, which is she, even though whatever she might say, she's going to be cool with it. And you're going to know this because you're going to end up seeing her again. And that's because women are actually attracted to men that other women like. I'll say that again. Women are attracted to men that other women like. This is something called social proof. Okay, this is something that's huge in persuasion. When you see that other people like something, you tend to get curious about it and wonder, oh, I wonder what they like so much about that. What's going on, right? Anything that's popular. It's like if you see a long line outside of a store, you're like, oh, what's going on there? Like you almost are thinking in your mind in that second, there must be something in there that's good. Okay, so that's one thing. But also, there is a lot of time involved for a woman to see if she is attracted to you. Okay, women are like a dial, men are like a light switch when it comes to attraction because behavior can't be faked and she has to be able to see what your behavior is and see if it's attractive, masculine, alpha behavior. So it takes a little bit more time. So when she sees that another woman likes you, it almost takes that time and shortens it because it's already proof that there is something about you that is attractive. So that's why it's so powerful. So in conclusion here, you do not want to lie, and you do not want to completely pass over that question altogether. Again, you could do an agree plus exaggerate, but if she's still inquiring, you say, yes, I am dating other people. And that's it. By the way, here is a little PS here, okay? Here's a little bonus. Do not ask her the question back. Most guys will do that, but here's what's powerful. If you don't ask her back and you show that you don't care, that is going to make her even more attracted, because she's going to be like, why isn't he asking me? Why isn't he at all jealous or needy, which are two very unattractive traits? So you not asking her back is going to then even further make her more attracted to you. So this is a test and that you want to pass, and the way to pass it is you agree plus exaggerate and then tell her the truth. Now, if you are not dating any other people and she asks you that, I don't want you to answer this and say, no, I'm only dating you, and say no, not at the moment. That's your answer, if that's the truth. No, not at the moment. You're not going to be zeroing in on her and making sure that she knows everything's okay, and you're not dating any other women and you only have eyes for her. That's also going to be needy and unattractive. So you're going to say, nope, not at the moment. And then you're going to move on to a different conversation, and you're not going to ask her back. Pretty powerful stuff. Like I said, this question came from my podcast. If you haven't checked out my podcast, you should. It is always filled with gems of wisdom. It's called the How to Talk to Girls podcast. It's on everything: Stitcher, Spotify, Apple. I'll put a link down below. I'll put the Apple link down below because most people have that. But if you have Spotify, you can look it up there. It's called How to Talk to Girls. So go ahead, check that out, listen into some episodes, and I'll see you on the next video.